We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at The Occult Files of Dr. Spektor, issue 17. This was published by Gold Key, which is also Western Publishing, and this is from the 1973 series, with this issue having come out in 1975. This was written by Dan Glut, with art by Jesse Santos. There is no indication as to who was the editor on this book, and it doesn't say who did the amazing art on the cover, but it looks like Jesse Santos did it. I'm not sure, but that is a really cool cover. Gold Key had some awesome covers, and this would definitely have sold me on this as a kid. A young woman is trying to escape this sketchy looking house, and she is quickly grabbed up by mysterious individuals. 5 days later at the Spektor Manor, Adam Spektor gets a letter from his cousin Annie Sarah, and him and his special lady Lakota fly over to see if they can find Annie because something foul is amiss. The local villagers won't go near the hotel that Anna Sarah was at, and there's a lot of reported strange activity. Well, that is where they meet Frank Marcos, who's the manager and owner, and it looks like that guy's up to no good because Spektor quickly sees his cousin trying to escape, and we learned that, in fact, this hotel owner is involved in voodoo. He and his wife had gone overseas and stolen a voodoo idol in an attempt to get power, and things went really backwards. Now, Spektor finds a bunch of zombies and is quickly outgunned, and they try to bury him alive. This was a shockingly fun book. Really interesting story and some really good art. There were some great shots in here that were definitely worthy of any of the mainstream publishers. They did kind of do the usual thing with Gold Key where they do some corner cutting and have the backgrounds being solid color. And that wasn't that uncommon with the smaller presses back then. Unfortunately, the big two do it now. But still, the artwork that you do see is always very solid and very interesting to look at. And the bad guys looked really good. The monsters looked scary. It was a fun story too. Probably would have been more T for teen by today's standards, but a middle schooler would have enjoyed this just the same. I thought it was a really fun book, and I'm going to recommend this. I found a beat up copy in a dollar bin, and generally these are not that expensive. They usually go for a little bit over the price of a new issue. This was better written than most new books, and it was a much more interesting story. So if you get a chance to check it out and you're into horror comics, I would absolutely recommend these. Unfortunately, these were only reprinted once by Dark Horse back in 2010, and those copies are pretty hard to find. But if you can find them, and you can find them at a reasonable price, because originally they were $50, I would absolutely recommend those. Because the archive editions put out by Dark Horse were really nice. So if you come across this issue somewhere for a decent price, I would say snatch it up. It's a good read, and I had a lot of fun reading it. And I'm absolutely going to look for other issues of this in the back issue bins when I go skulking around the comic shops. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.